Hey everybody, welcome back to 6IX MMA's Online Edge. I'm Chief Instructor Daniel Beauclair. Today we're going to look at the lead hook as it should be thrown in MMA. One thing I find happens is, I have a bunch of students, many students that come from different backgrounds. You've got guys who've come from a boxing background, fighters who've come from a wrestling background, a jiu-jitsu background, a Muay Thai background, and so forth. So what happens is, whenever you learn a pure sport, when I go to a Muay Thai gym or a Brazilian jiu-jitsu gym, about 25% of the technique I learned there, when applied to MMA, is a mistake. Now, that doesn't mean it's being improperly taught at the gym you're at. It means that MMA is a very specific sport, so we have to adapt. So 75% of what you're learning at a Muay Thai gym applies beautifully to MMA. 25% we need to get rid of. So that's often a challenge for me as an MMA coach, is adapting people from a root art and bringing them into MMA. So one of the things is the hook. So let's talk about the hook, specifically in the footwork. So in boxing, boom, I'm going to transfer, pivot this way, pop, right? My hips, my shoulders, everything's turning. I don't just want to hook with my arm. Shh. I want to turn my body. In MMA, it's a no-no. The reason, this leg, when we pivot here, if a takedown happens, and I've firsthand witnessed this happen, it's pretty rough, the knee buckles laterally. It's not supposed to do that. Knee isn't supposed to bend this way. And I'll hear students say all the time, but coach, my boxing coach said, here, your boxing coach isn't incorrect. If we didn't have to deal with low leg kicks, if we didn't have to deal with takedowns, I would absolutely, you're going to achieve the most power by pivoting there. Okay, so it's not incorrect. People have to understand that when you're switching sports, there has to be an adaptation in your technique. So I still want my hips to go. I still want my shoulders to go. I'm not suggesting that we arm punch. You'll lose all your power there. What I want us to think of, is that my hips go, my shoulders go, my foot does not follow. Because again, that takedown, you'll hear me use the train track analogy a lot, especially when dealing with wrestlers. I don't want to get my hips on a completely different angle from their hips. It's going to be, one, impossible to stop this takedown, and two, very difficult and strenuous on my knee when that takedown occurs. Because my knee is not meant to buckle laterally like this. It's pretty rough. So again, if I'm dealing with a wrestler, I'm more likely to throw that hook without pivoting my lead foot. Does that make sense? So again, it's a when in Rome, do as the Romans do type scenario. It isn't incorrect to say to pivot on your foot. You definitely have to keep in mind, does my opponent want to take me down? Is my opponent an aggressive cost check style double leg fighter? And if so, I don't want to be pivoting on my hook because I'm putting my knee in jeopardy and I'm very susceptible to the takedown. So that's one of those minor differences of how to throw a hook in MMA versus how to throw a hook in, say, a Muay Thai or boxing. Thank you very much for watching.